Hey Seekers. So, I want to talk about a little bit of an intimate topic today. It's not so much intimate as in sexual as it is vulnerable and very close to my heart, and kind of something I don't usually talk to with people. It's a little out of the realm of what, I don't know, normal people would want to talk about or learn about. And I don't mean normal as in a negative thing by any means, but I do mean normal as in kind of the generic mindset that you find these days where people are trapped in survival mode. You get the eat, sleep, work kind of mentality, and those people aren't necessarily worried about or are not presently pursuing like a purpose in life, something that makes them driven to go above and beyond. They are trying to meet their basic needs, and that has a different frame of mind than where this will be coming from, because this is more of a mindset that you have when you have a very set goal in mind, and it's not necessarily tied to this realm of reality. If you keep listening, you may understand more of what I'm talking about. I really wanted to talk about this because I haven't gotten to talk about it in a long time, and I feel like the people that really need me are the ones who need to hear it the most, because it's extremely mind-blowing to me. It blew my mind away. I think it would blow your mind away too. And it's been heavy on my mind, heavy on my heart, and I want to share it with you guys. So I'm also not going to worry as much about a time limit on this one because it is such a deep topic. And, some people don't want to go that deep, which is fine. Maybe come back to this later when it suits you. I'm also a little hot and sweaty because I have a sunburn just about everywhere on my body right now, including my face. So if I'm hot and out of breath, that might be why. I've got the air conditioning on blast right now, trying to combat it. But moving on to more important stuff, right? So when we talk about religion and consciousness and things that we don't generally see with our eyes, dreams, the veil, and I think it's addressed in the Bible and other religions going beyond the veil or behind the veil. I know that there's a couple paintings, what's the word? Not esoteric, but hermetic teachings also talk about the veil. A lot of this stuff is not a lot of this stuff, but things pertaining to this teaching are touched on in many different religions, but in different ways. So to me, the veil is the other side of this reality. To me, each person builds their own perception of the reality, and therefore we're all sharing the same process, but in a different way. And that comes from individualization of, we could all be the same being, but undergoing a different point of reference. So it's kind of the mindset of being like the oversoul. Like everybody is the same one, but different. Like if you had we all have a different form of perception. Even if you were to have 100 clones, they would all have a different view or outlook on the same experience because they all have a different point of view. So that's a little off topic, but we'll bring it back around. The veil, when you cross over on the other side of the veil, is like a different way of communicating with the same reality, but it looks different. To me, it's like when you mess with a computer, you have DOS, and you have the visual, like how everything looks. You can use the mouse to move around on a screen and click on things and type on things and choose windows. Whereas in DOS, it's all typing. You can do all the same things on each one, but they communicate differently. Okay? Both the same computer, same processor, same everything. It's just that they're communicated to differently. Even though it's the same person communicating with it, you can use text, or you can use your mouse. So Beyond the Veil, or going beyond the veil, is like that for a person. We have the light-based and the quantum-based, which are the same thing, but they're two sides of the same coin. So one is like, you could say the dark side of things, and one is the light side of things. But I don't want you to think of this from a positive and negative point of view, because from this point of view, neither one is good or bad. It's just that one is positive and one is negative. When you look at a battery, you don't say, oh, that's the good side and that's the bad side. You say that's the positive side and that's the negative side, and they're both required in order to make the battery work. Okay? That's the same thing with this concept of light and dark. You have the solid side of things, and you have the non-solid side of things, like solid and wave-based. Two, the same thing, but two different ways to view it. So we have this reality that we're perceiving, that you're watching this video on, that you're experiencing time-space, and then you have the other reality where it's space-time. And this is like a, I want to say visualization, but it's not visual for all people. In here, we've got a different kind of senses, different form of communicating, different form of understanding. For me, I think it's the same way for everybody. It's all symbolic on the other one. It's like where your dreams come from. It's all incredibly symbolic. So you need to learn how to communicate with yourself in a new way on that level. It's not typically, some people use words, some people use sounds, some people don't. Some people use colors, some people use pictures, some people use all of them. I mean, I'm a mixture, but it really just comes down to what serves you and when. So